Greetings, minions, galactic survivalists, and fellow gamers. This is Silverblade playing Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 6.3, and this middle of the week hump day is episode 28. In this episode, I'm hoping that I can get my happy campy ass into getting to work again and remodeling the base. One of the things I do want to do first off is build a advanced constructor, because, well, this constructor is not going to be needed anymore. I'm just going to replace it with the advanced one so we can do bigger, better things. I will be not so much deconstructing as I will be disassembling most of the things that are in here and up there, so we can kind of spread things out a little more. In fact, I'm going to want to move, whoops, yeah, I guess that'll work. Move this back a skosh, which I guess is now an official measurement, or not. It is by me, so la-di-da. One thing I am concerned about is, can I unload? I can't unload ammo, unfortunately. So I'm hoping that's not wasted when I take the cannons apart. Oops, gotta charge up a little more. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna probably go top down, and then once we get down to the ground level portion of the base, obviously we're going to be tearing all of these out, but we're going to have to swap things over that's in their contents. So all this stuff will have to be picked up, moved to a different location, and then this can be disassembled. The same goes with the cargo boxes, the ammo box. They're all going to have to be emptied out and moved to a different spot. So there's not a whole hell of a lot in some of these, and some of these have a hell of a lot of things. But what I'm thinking I'll do is, when we strip this base down, we'll strip it down to this level of floor, and then tear out the walls, get the lights. I'm thinking of doing it as a single level. Now, I don't have any solid design in mind for the base, so it'll most likely be a block, but I do kind of want to stylize it a little bit, just for the sake of getting rid of the monotony of just a big old cube on the ground. And in my past designs, you know, some of it has been changed up because of having a greenhouse on it, and then maybe, you know, like a landing bay, and I do want to have a landing bay and a greenhouse out here, because that's going to be part of being self-sustaining in terms of food and that kind of stuff, as well as having the protection in the proper places, so that it has full coverage of the area to ward off any of the drones and any other enemies at that. But having a single level base, I mean, I don't need a multi-level base. I rarely go up there, except for in certain circumstances. It's more of a hassle, really, to have to come all the way back up here and then go all the way back down. Having it all in one level just keeps things simple, and I like things kept simple just because they're just easier to deal with, easier to access things, and then just to get the hell out. Because really, it's not like I'm role-playing in this base at all, so there's no need for like bedrooms and showers, and because my character doesn't need to sleep, my character doesn't need to poop. This is an arc, you know. And I don't have, you know, this is a single player game, so there's no need for extra accommodations for other players or whatever. So in my mind, you know, which I tend to try to be more practical, at least in terms of the sake of building. I'm very impractical when it comes to maximum booms. Because that's half the fun, right? But yeah, having a single layer, level base that just makes things easier to access and get to and do things without any fluff and all that to just overcomplicate things. I really don't see any point in overcomplication to me. Now, I've seen people make some very elaborate bases that are just immaculate, beautiful. They do have the added amenities that have no function, but it gives a base soul, I guess. It gives a building, a aesthetic, I guess. And I'm not, like bashing aesthetics at all, or just needless designs. But it just, I don't know. I have my style of things, which leans towards the functional and not so much the form, where others do form and function at the same time, and some do function with a little bit of form, and some do a lot of form and not quite as much function. So I lean towards the one extreme of just pure function. Now, if you want to see people, watch videos of people that play this game that have just exquisite and very elaborate designs that are well done and impress me, my buddy Haladmer, if you check his channel, he plays Empyrion from time to time, and he goes all out on his builds. I mean, they're crazy, but they're magnificent. Oh, that was lightning. But as I was saying, yeah, Hal, he builds some pretty awesome bases and ships for that matter. I mean, it's not just one thing, Also, Lift Pizzas, who I believe is quite well known in the Empyrion community. He makes some pretty wonderful stuff. Definitely worth checking out. I've had the honor of playing with him on one occasion when I believe it was back in October of 2016. We did a charity stream together with Haladmer, Rongo the Bold, Mafki, Sharky, my buddy Sharky, and a couple others. I think it was Dragnar. I can't remember names so well with those guys, but yeah, got the distinct honor of playing with Lift Pizzas, and let's see, Midnight Designers dabbled with Empyrion a little bit. I got to play with him, which was an honor for me because he's one of the YouTubers I look up to, because, well, I got started playing games for making videos and playing games because of him. I think Games for Kicks got me started in Empyrion, and he's also one of the guys that inspired me to do videos as well as the whole Broken Ankle crew. But you guys gotta check out their content. I believe their links are in my if they're not in my description, they're in my suggested list on the front page of my main channel, or of my channel's main page rather, so you can check them out. And if you don't like the design of my base, they do it much better, and I would strongly recommend you go and see for yourself to see if I'm full of shit or if my recommendation is worthy. But I believe my recommendation is worthy, but every person has their own taste in things, so I'll leave it up to that. Anywho, let's start stripping things down. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is tackle this area up here. Excuse me, a little lung butter. But I'll strip this thing up here down. But I'm going to leave these turrets on the side and that one up there to maintain coverage of a protection here. That one up top I can get rid of for now until I can replace it later on, if I need to replace it at all. So hopefully I can get my ammo back out of this thing. And let's see, make sure I getting the lights. Okay. So I did not get the ammo refunded unless it went back into the ammo box. That would have been nice. Alright, so strip these out. And we'll leave that there for now. ATM shouldn't affect my balance. Let's see. Yep, it's still there. So the ammo box, it's got all these things in it. So we'll take those out. And recharge the multi-tool. Alright, and this is the oxygen, which I believe my oxygen is full. And all the oxygen bottles are stored below, so this can go. And then this is the repair bay, repair station. I just want to be extra careful that I'm not taking apart something and end up not getting all the parts that are inside it, all the things stored inside it, so that they're not lost for good. I think it's kind of wiggy how some games you can lose things, and some games, well, like in this one here, sometimes if you destroy a loot crate or a cargo box and it has stuff in it, it'll drop a little box with those things in it, so you don't really lose it. But I don't know if that works on everything in the game, and I'm not really willing to test out that theory. Okay, so far, so good. So now we can take off the elevator. And we're going to have to be kind of careful that we don't remove for this turret yet. But we can start doing the roof here. In fact, let's make a clear line of demarcation for where we're not supposed to go. So for right now, we're not going to cross this line. So strip this out. Whoop. Okay, that's being held up by that, I think. So we'll have to, I forgot about how this is going down, so we'll have to be careful of this, just so we don't lose material. Not like I don't have plenty in my box here, but don't want to waste stuff. Alright, so we can take out these here. Because this is being held up by these. Alright, so with that done, let's take out the side walls. Recharge. Alright, didn't damage that, sweet. Oh, there was a light there. Whoops. First casualty in the remodeling war. Alright, well. That was bound to happen. At least with me, it's bound to happen. Alright, so we got the base uncovered. Everything's getting soaking wet. Let me swig 'em a do real quick. You guys don't realize, as easy as it is making YouTube videos are, when you constantly talk, particularly to yourself, intending to talk to an audience, but you know, in reality, you're talking to yourself. Just how much it dries your mouth out. It's crazy. Alright, so we got some stuff to pack away. So I'm gonna leave probably the cargo boxes in the floor. And I'll try to keep these in order. So yeah, we'll just chuck these into the cargo boxes, and it'll be the devices first that we take out. I'm going to leave the core in. Now, we're in a dangerous position here. This is why I want the turret still up. Because if that core gets hit, if the fuel tanks get hit, we're going to have another bad day. Now, I think I could take out this row. Should be able to without it falling and without it damaging the cannon. Voila. Alright, so we can take this and might as well use it. Okay, and we're not really using the oxygen tanks. We can't withdraw any of this really, I don't think. Can we? Yes, we can. Excellent. Alright. So that's good. Let's pop that in there. So this will just, basically as we're stripping it down, put it all in here, even the blocks, and in that way, it gets lumped all together, because as you can see, it's consolidated all my steel blocks, ones I had on me as well as the ones that I took out, so that way I'm not having it scattered around in this listing here and making it more confusing than it needs to be. That's the idea anyway. So it's a fuel tank. So we got, what was it, 2 fuel tanks? Okay, and we need power for the base. Don't really need this. And let's see, total capacity, so we'll take out 1, 2... Now hopefully that means this tank is full, mostly full. I was really hoping that it would split between the two tanks and then dump it back into here or something, you know, but leave that there because we do need power. Alright, that generator is going to get replaced. Let's see, can I make a big ass honker of a generator? A small... That just says, oh, that's a, yeah, I can't build that for the base, because that's for HVs and SVs. So what I'm looking for, and I think what it is I need the advanced constructor put in place in order to build the large Type 3 generator, I think it is. Type 2. It's the large generator Type 2. And that's what I'm going to use to power the base instead of this generator. So there's that. And then for the food, that's got to stay refrigerated. Don't have enough space in the HV for that just yet. I don't want any of it to spoil. Now I wish there was a automatic sort button like there is in 7 Days to Die. Alright, so if I recall, the drones come from that direction, because there's that boulder, which I have used to hide behind when they've come. So having these outlying turrets, when their view is pretty much unobstructed, I can now start taking that down. Now before I do that, I just want to test and see. Alright, so 750s across the top and 600 there. So I'm hoping, I kind of doubt it works this way, but I'm hoping if I take apart this cannon, the ammo will go back in here. And if this number is higher than 600, that is the case. Otherwise, it's just lost ammo, which is kind of sad. I mean, even in 7 Days to Die, you can unload a weapon. I wish it was that way with this, but we'll see right now, I guess. Alright, so let's go check this theory out. And you lose the ammo. So, that's kind of a bummer, but not entirely surprising. So, just so you guys know, you've just seen it demonstrated. If you have weapons on your base, and likely even on ships, and you decided to disassemble them, you will lose ammo. So, because as you can see, I don't have it on me. So, bit of a bummer, but again, it's just the way the game works. Alright, so we'll pack these away. We'll do that, because I want to keep this out in case I need it, like in a pinch. I don't think it'll come to that, but it's better to be prepared than not. Now, I'm thinking that I can use the floor down there as the floor of my base. And this is entirely not what I wanted to use. It's the drill, isn't it? Yeah. See, if I stand here on the metal, there we go. So that cleared that up. So what we can... Oops. Cannot drill it. Well, I'm not trying to drill it. I'm trying to flatten it out. Alright, so it looks like I might have to repair some of these blocks too. What? Oh, it's because I'm too close to the reactor. Derp. Alright, so repair. Because no doubt these got damaged when the base was attacked and disabled. Damaged but not destroyed. Let's see. Probably have to catch it from the back end here. Like that. Alright, this part might, well, a little glitchy spot, but crap, okay. Well, not enough to grab onto, but it's not enough to worry about either. And it did clear up some of the crap that's in here, but a lot of it we can get once we start removing things and putting them in a proper place. I know, I'm a bit persnickety like that. It's just kind of how it is, guys. Let's see. Get some nom-noms here. I did not know that alien honey can make you get food poisoning over, you know, if you have too many. Which is quite odd since earth honey is a natural antibiotic. It doesn't spoil, doesn't rot, and it's like nature's miracle food or something like that. Alright, so we got the start of tearing things down. I kind of want to keep walls up. Well, let's see. This will be the floor. And we'll need to put in, tear these out, I guess. Because we're going to be expanding outwards, of course. Reloading. Alright, so we're now down to an even level. Let's see if we can... Yeah, it's better. Alright, maybe if we repaired... Yeah, it has to pop out the divot that's in the armor, or in the block. And I'm hitting the block itself, technically speaking. There we go. I just have to hit the sweet spot, that's all. Yeah, I know. That's much better. Alright, so we can sweep this away. Excellent. So that is all nice and clean and polished. So let's see, let's go over it with the repair tool just to be on the safe side. Excuse me again. Alright, that was hella damaged. Alright, so I think we got most, if not all, of the blocks repaired. Some of them might be damaged still because they're underneath, like underneath this block here, but that shouldn't be too big a deal. Because as I said, we are going to be stripping out all of, well, pretty much everything. Some things will have to shift over, I imagine, but the idea is to make sure that, you know, we have a floor in there, because there's some, when I originally made the base, if you recall, I didn't put blocks underneath things, but later on I did the whole control and shift thing where you can do a whole plane of blocks, and I don't know if it covered everything. And of course I have to be standing on top of the reactor. Like, my children in this game are going to be mutants, and that would be sweet. I hope one of them becomes Wolverine. Anyways, we're getting over time here, and next episode's got to be more interesting than this, right? So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If not, learned something from it. Do check out the links in the description box below if you haven't been watching up to this point. My Twitter's in there. You can follow me on that for news and updates as to what's going on with my channel. Like when episodes come out, maybe announcements, giveaways, whatever kind of things going on about my channel, I usually post it up on Twitter. I also do a little bit on Facebook, but I'm not exactly thrilled with Facebook, and not everybody likes to use Facebook, but or Twitter for that matter. But I'm also on Minds as well, so you can find me on that. There's my Patreon. I don't beg for money, but if you feel so inclined to like leave a quote-unquote tip, you can donate. But you know, a better tip would be like, look both ways before you cross the street. You know, but if you do donate money, it is greatly appreciated. But I'm not going to ask it or beg or any of that. That's just of your own volition. But most important in the description box is links to other YouTubers, friends of mine. Some are really close friends. Some are people I've gotten to know really well over the last 2 years I've been on YouTube. And then there's people that I don't really know all that well, but they're in the same. They play the same games that I do. They have. They're great people with great content, and I believe, and I may be too modest when I say it, but I believe that they're more deserving of your eyeballs than I am. So do check them out. Do support them. But at the very least, let them know that I sent you. So with all that said and done, thank you again for watching, and until next time, see you later. Twitch, Twitch.